Hello everyone, it's Allison Zatarain, author of the new book, Happy Gifting, A Pathway to Connection with Hundreds of Gift Ideas. Now, I tend to talk a lot about the gift ideas part of this book, and there are hundreds of gift ideas in here that are thoughtful, inexpensive, cool, I think universal. But what I often don't talk a lot about is the connection part, the pathway to connection part of this book. So I wanted to talk quickly about that. And at the heart of this book is establishing what I call a gifting practice. And what does that mean? Well, in chapter 2 of this book, I talk about the pathway to happy gifting and that there is a 4-step method to incorporating gifting into your everyday life, which for me is a catalyst for building more love and more joy. So what are the 4 steps? Step 1, I call it sparking intention, and it's outlining your happy gifting guide. So what that means is taking the time to write down every single person that you can think of and every single event that you can think of. So birthdays, Christmas, neighbors, best friends, relatives, all of it. Just like get it all in one place. And I like to do it on January 1st, but do it whenever works for you. Then go through that list and fill in as many gift ideas as you can think of off the top of your head just to get it started. This is just a starting place. I keep mine on my phone in my notes app so that way I have it with me at all times because capturing spontaneity is part of the Happy Gifting Guide. Step 2 is called Fuel Ideas. And that is where I talk about flipping through the hundreds of gift ideas I have in here to not only give you literally ideas, but also to kind of expand your knowledge of what a gift can be. A gift is a bottle of wine, sure, but a gift is also a walking buddy with somebody who might benefit from a regular walking practice. A gift is also an experience. Tickets to a show in 6 months to look forward to, right? So there's so many different ways to approach what a gift is. So you flip through all that, get your creative juices going. Then we get to step 3, which I call tap the rhythm, fill in your happy gifting guide and update it regularly. So what that means is that now, okay, let's get down to business. Let's fill this list out and think of as many ideas as you can, write down inside jokes, write down things that people like, maybe kind of come up with like a couple of ideas per person per event. You can have this listed alphabetically, chronologically, whatever works best for you. But the big thing is tapping into what I call active listening. Active listening means that when you hang out with somebody and they mention something like, oh God, it's so hard to find a good babysitter, write it down. And boom, you have a present for someone. Hey, I'm babysitting 3 times this year. Call it in when you want it and go have fun. Or somebody says, oh God, I just love basketball season. Or I just don't have any clothes. Or like whatever it is that they might just say in passing, write it down on your list. And then you just kind of get into the habit of always looking at your list. If you're bored and instead of scrolling through social media or I don't know, staring off into space, you can just pull up your guide and kind of like come up with ideas that might be cool for people that are in your life. And it's such a feel-good thing. And I also kind of talk about how your subconscious always has things that it wants to be thinking about. And a lot of it can be very anxiety inducing, like paying bills or getting older or whatever. And to kind of give your subconscious something fun to think about constantly of like, oh my God, I have all these people in my life and I really want to nail presents to all of them. And like, how do I do it in a good way? It's just sunshine in the background of your mind. And then step 4, I call it lift off. Launching the happy gifting lifestyle. So now you're in the groove. This switch has just been turned on in your brain and everything you experience is going to be inspiration for gifts. And I even have some customizable categories in part 3 of the book that you can like write in yourself. And they range from like past gifting successes to my favorite things to new discoveries because nothing is too small to be a gift. You might realize this one grocery store near you always has ripe avocados. And that is a very fun thing to give a neighbor at the spur of the moment because you came across them. So really this book is, yes, it's a reference with hundreds of gift ideas for life that I hope you will pull off the shelf again and again. But the first part, the part that's the pathway to connection, is a little bit about a gifting practice. And wanted to talk a little about that today. Happy Gifting's out now. I hope all of you guys are having a great day, and thank you.
Here we go.